In today's video, I'm going to be cleaning out the chimney for this stove. Now there's a really good reason why you need to clean the chimney out, and that's because if you're burning wood or coal, you're going to get a buildup of creosote in the chimney, and that can lead to a chimney fire. And a chimney fire is exactly what I had about 5 years ago in the stove on the other side of this wall. And what that did was, because I didn't realise there's a chimney fire going on, it just burnt away slowly and it ended up damaging the cowl on the chimney, which meant that that blew off the next time there was a big wind. Now I went up on the roof to repair it, ended up falling off the roof. I broke a foot, I broke a wrist, I had a couple of cracked ribs. It could have been a lot worse, but that's why it's getting cleaned out today. Now I've been trying to get hold of a chimney sweep to do it for ages, can't get hold of one, and that's why I'm doing it myself. So let's see how we get on. But first, let's see what actually comes in the box. So I purchased it off Amazon from Monster Shop. It was around about £45, and that's for a 9-metre kit. So that means you get 9 of these metre-long rods. Also in the kit, you get a dust sheet, you get the actual cleaning head itself and the attachments for the drill. You get a bag for when you finish so you can put it away, and you also get an instruction manual, but you won't need that because you're going to watch this. So this is the head, and there's the attachment for it there, and we'll go through how to attach the rods and the head. These are the other 2 accessories you get. An Allen key, which you don't actually need, but this end may come in useful. And this is the connector to put it onto the drill. As you can see there, that is what connects it. And if I'm not mistaken, this was actually developed by NASA so that you could connect things together whilst in space without using any screwdrivers or spanners. Right, so each of the rod has one as well. Again, just pushes in, you can see it there. And if we turn it round, you've got the hole, get the connector, whether it's the previous rod or this one, and you simply push it in, press it, and it should slide in and click out, and it's not going anywhere. Obviously this is what connects it to the drill. And then to remove it, you can either just press your finger down and then pull it out, or if you haven't got any nails or anything like that, you can just use that, depress it, and then pull it out. Some other bits of equipment that I've prepared. I've got my workshop vac. I have got some gloves because my hands are going to get filthy. I've got my trusty Makita with 2 fully charged batteries, a pair of scissors, masking tape, there's the plastic, and a pen as well, a felt tip pen. That's everything gone through of what we need. Now the next step, let's actually get the chimney swept. And for that, I'm also going to use some string. Now you probably won't need to use this, but I'll go through why I'm going to use it in a minute. So I've got a sheet of plastic. Now this is what I'm just going to put all the parts of the fire that I'm taking out. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to use this as a shield to stop any of the dust from coming out, any of the soot. So we'll just cut that off first. Move that to one side. Just pop that on the floor. Right, first thing to do, let's take the door off, which is nice and easy. Just lift it up and it's off. Right, so we take the door, pop it on the sheet of plastic, and I'm literally just going to draw around it. So I've got a rough size of the opening of the fire. And then we'll take the door off and cut that out. Give it a quick vacuum. And then we'll take all the innards out. Starting off with the dustpan. The front grate. Oh no, before we take the sides out, let's take the top off. Right, I'll just get this cleaned up and then we'll get started in earnest. Now you're going to see how dirty this flue is, but also what you're going to see is that the flue comes out of the back of the stove, so it does make it a little bit more difficult, but have a look. Right, so as you can see, there's lots of soot in there, and that's the outlet for the flue. So I'm just going to clean all this up with the vacuum cleaner, and then we'll get the front put on. Now you can see, even before I've started, there's a buildup of soot at the back at the 90-degree angle to the flue there. So that's going to fill up as the soot's falling down into it, and I'm going to have to pull it forward. And because we've got that right angle flue at the back, as I'm pushing the sweep into it, I don't want it popping out. So I'm just going to tie this around the back of the flue and hold it against the body of the stove. Right, so that's the flue secured. we've got the piece of plastic sheeting that we cut out to cover the front and seal it. But before I attach that with the masking tape, I'm just going to attach the head to the first rod and just get it started. And again, press the button, push it in, and it's locked. And I would recommend that every time you do it, you just give it a bit of a wiggle, because you don't want it coming undone when it's halfway up the chimney. So we'll pop that in. It's obviously going to be a lot easier if it's just coming out of the top. So now we'll put the front on. And when I find my scissors or a knife, all I'm going to do is pop this out. Just make a little hole there for that, and then continue to seal around the opening. The draw on this is fantastic. You can see it already being pulled in there. And now for the easy, enjoyable bit. So we've got the first rod in. It's started around the 90-degree bend. We'll get the second rod, press the button, push it in. That's attached. We're just going to start pushing it. Now, the metal bit of that plate at the back, it's catching on it, so it's not going to be quite straightforward, but nevertheless easy to do. Right, and then we're going to get the drill attachment, pop that in, like so. Right, that's in. Push that up a bit. Again to the next one. Right, now this just presses in and it clicks home. So we're going to push it at the same time with the drill going round. And now I'm going to take this off again. Comes off nice and easy. You can smell it already. Get the next one, pop that in, and just repeat the process. Well, there's a lot coming down. Right, I think we're there. Right, so that's it, we're there. You can see it coming out of the chimney. Now all we need to do is just the reverse of that. So we'll spin it as it's coming down, disconnect each rod, continue to spin it as it's coming down, and then we'll give it a clean out. Right, and that's it. You can see the sweep there. So we'll disconnect this last piece, take the film off the front. Right, now you'll see there's not much in the bottom of this, and that's because it'll all be stuck in the chimney at the back. Right, now if we have a look, you'll see exactly what I meant. So up there, you've got all the soot. So I'm going to need to bring it all down now, and there's going to be an awful lot of it. So I'll do this with the vacuum on, just so that we get rid of this dust. Right, so this is everything that's come out of the chimney. As you can see, there's an awful lot, and if we just swing round and have a look at the side, there's a lot come down the side as well. So a very, very dirty chimney, and now a very, very clean chimney. So we'll get all this tidied up, get all the innards put back in, and then I've got a perfect fire ready to go for the winter. Right, that's the top in, the sides in, and the back plate in. Everything that's inside should be inside. Now I'll just pop the door on. So that's it, all done and dusted, chimney swept, and all for £45 for the cost of this. So the 9 rods are equivalent to about 30 feet. You saw it coming out of the top of the chimney in the video. And that £45 doesn't need to be spent again. It's all packed away, ready to be used next time. With regard to this specific stove, Next time I'm cleaning the chimney, I think what I'll do is I'll actually remove the stove so that I can access the flue from underneath. And then there's no messing around trying to get it over that back plate where it kept jamming, getting it around that 90-degree bend. It'll be so much simpler, and I'll just seal around this. But you saw how easy it was to do. Probably half an hour to get it all completed and tidied up. And now we're ready to go. All set for winter. No worry about chimney fires. You can't complain about that. Huge recommendation. Do it yourself.